Calvin's case was decided in 1608, although the report series says 1572, in the Court of King's Bench. It is most memorable not for the court judgment itself, but for the expressions of natural law jurisprudence by the author of the case report, the famous Sir Edward Coke. The case itself was based on the complaint by Robert Calvin, a gentleman, that two other fellows named Richard and Nicholas Smith had taken over a parcel of land which Calvin properly owned, and they'd kept it from him for 30 years. The Smiths didn't deny that they took the land, but they claimed Calvin had been born in Edinburgh under the King of Scotland, before King James VI of Scotland took the English throne as King James I of Edinburgh. So the Smiths said he was not a subject of the King of England, and he could not seek the assistance of English law. The court found that Calvin's allegiance to King James as the King of England was sufficient to make him a subject of the King of England, and then the court found in his favour. Along the way, while writing the report, Sir Edward Coke expressed the court's view that allegiance to one's sovereign and obedience to the king was a natural law which preceded any written laws. Coke said, "The law of nature is that which God at the time of creation of the nature of man infused into his heart for his preservation and direction, and this is the moral law, also called the law of nature." For Coke, one of those fundamental moral laws was obedience to the sovereign. He said, "Now it appeareth by demonstrative reason that allegiance, faith, and obedience of the subject to the sovereign was before any municipal or judicial laws." Finally, Coke referred to the fact that natural law, the laws written, as he said, by the finger of God, were not changeable, whereas the laws of human beings were changeable. He said, "Whatsoever is due by the law of nature cannot be altered. Allegiance and obedience of the subject to the sovereign is due by the law of nature, so it cannot be altered." These days, from a legal perspective, Calvin's case is relatively unimportant. You no longer need to be a subject of the Crown to sue in England. But Coke's expression of the link between natural law and English law remains fundamental to our understanding of jurisprudence.